Another hero might asking why I'll take a piece of why.
I got started with the comic book. I think as a child, really, the idea started formulating in my head. I was a voracious reader, read a lot. Weird stuff too, like as a young child, I was reading like George Orwell, Voltaire, Edgar Allan Poe.
Isaac Asimov?
Not so much Asimov. Ray Bradbury, he just passed away. Peace to Ray Bradbury. More Ray Bradbury, but definitely in that vein. I got started writing the comic book actually as a family project. The initial idea started with my brother and I sitting in his kitchen. We just imagined what his son, my son, and our niece would be like if they were superheroes as teenagers. And we kind of came up with the initial idea like on a Thursday, and that Sunday I was at my mom's house with my sister and my brother-in-law, and I was like, I'm working on this interesting idea, and I sort of started to talk to them about it, and the energy that they came back with was incredible. My mom actually came up with the name, the Majestics. So it's really, I started writing it as sort of as a gift to my family. My Mr. Blackstone is based on my son, Asha is based on my niece, and Brain is based on my nephew. With all of the characters, we wanted to do something smart and entertaining, edutainment. So with Mr. Blackstone, he's the leader of the team of the Majestics, and he has super strength, which he's big, he's strong. He's a race car driver. He's really cool, captain of a football team type guy. But he's also a mechanical engineering genius. So he has this special power where he can mentally put items back together. So if like a car was destroyed, he could in his mind sort of piece it all back together. Asha, she has the ability to see into the future, the gift of prophecy.
When they got those superpowers, that they got hit with some kind of thing from space, or how they get these powers?
Right, how it all begins, and that's something else too. It's very important. It's been done so many times in superhero stories. How do the characters get their powers? So we went with sort of a history lesson, some old tried and true components from superhero stuff, and we try to do something new. The history lesson is built into the story who the family is. There's a mysterious explosion that takes place at a family reunion in South Carolina where the Crenshaws meet every summer, and it wipes out the entire family, save these 3 cousins and 1 uncle, an older uncle, Uncle Fletcher, who also has superpowers, by the way. And so essentially the explosion is the triggering event. The loss of their family members, the emotional of that's the triggering event that gives rise to their powers. But there's something deeper in the story in that, and we reveal it sort of without giving away too much. It's part of who they are already.
You also work with a team. Who are the people that you work with?
Oh, absolutely. My writing partner, co-creator, Danielle Williams, brilliant writer, very loyal, just a wonderful person in general. She's been working on the project with me since almost its inception.
I always loved fairy tales, and I always loved stories about superheroes, and I always wanted to change them in some way. I always wanted the characters to be more like me or more like people I knew. And after I started changing the stories in my head, I started putting those same stories on paper, and from there I started making my own stories. It's a great story for girls because actually, in my opinion, the strongest member of the Majestics is Asha. Although she's the youngest, she really is the heart of the team. She deals with a lot of different personalities. She's very independent, and I think she's a great role model in the decisions she makes for herself and the decisions she makes for the team.